Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the episode of Hometown Heroes podcast with your host, Thomas Fallon. Today, we have Jaleel, YSU's running back. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Oh, yes, no problem.
So the first question I have is, growing up in Fayetteville, North Carolina, what were some of the struggles that you had to face as a young adult?
As a young adult, it was, living in Fayetteville, North Carolina is, not the best as it is. It's a lot of, things that happen, in the town that, you have to, try to stay away from, but my mom did a very great job of doing that. Some struggles that I had to go through was, moving from place to place and house to house, and also, just living in, hotels for a significant amount of time and stuff like that. And also, being homeless and having to live in a Ford Focus with, me, my mom, and my brothers and sisters. So, that we did that for a long amount of time. And that was a bit of a struggle, but, it's also a great point in your life also, because that you're going through those struggles with the people that you love. So yeah, that's pretty much.
How did these struggles help you to channel the bad things going on to the good things on the court, the field, and the track?
It helped me focus a lot. It honestly helped me focus. It helped me, think about what I really wanted to do in life, and what I really had to do, not only for me, but, for my family. It helped me focus to the point to where, that was the only thing that, made me happy besides being with my family. And, football and sports helped me tremendously. My mom, she really installed into me, to go be great on, try to work hard and do everything I can to be great on the football field and the basketball court and also on the track, so that I don't have to think about those things that we were going through, the home struggles that were going through. And I didn't really think about those things. I was just really a happy young kid, and because I was actually going through those things with my family. And also I felt that sports was making my mom happy, so if sports was making my mom happy, I wanted to do those things to take her mind off of the struggles that we were going through also. And that's why I just tried to, just work as hard as I can to be successful for my mom, and just to make her happy and make her also not think about those things, such as, bouncing from hotel to hotel, or also, when we were in a car, homeless by ourselves. It was like, how am I going to make my family happy and not think about those things? And my mom did such a great job with, keeping my mind focused and not worry about, the street life and stuff like that. Just helped me focus on sports, even though that everything around me was going in a direction that, may not have been the best.
Right. So, like where I'm from, football is a way out for many people, kind of like what you just said. Being on the field, playing a game that you love, it helps bring a sense of like numbness to the problems and struggles you're going through. What would you say that was the case for you? I know you touched on it a little bit, but
Oh yes, definitely. Definitely once I'm out there competing on the football field, the basketball court, or even on the track, man, it's like nothing else is going on. It's like it's such a way out. Like, it's like nothing else is going on. It's like an escape, from reality is
right.
what I would call it. And I also felt like it was escape for reality, looking up in the stands and seeing my mom actually smiling. Seeing my brother supporting me, my brother Jay Sean supporting me the way he was with everything that was going on. Tavon, my other brother supporting me, my sister Jamesia, they did like, it's like every time I looked up in the stands, it's like they were smiling. And, that's all I wanted to do, and also, it helped me focus, as much as possible. Like I didn't think about nothing else while I was out there, and it's still how it is till this day. You don't think about it. Is installed a tunnel vision for me. Is what I would say, to not think about a struggle while I'm out on the football field. Make me put my mind in the grind to a specific thing in life, and man, like that's really why I'm not sad about anything that went on. And that's why I'm telling this story also to show people that use your failures, because a lot of things in life, people nowadays look at money as being successful, but so back then, that's what I also did. Like maybe, I'm a failure because, we don't have money or something like that. But I used that failure to fuel me. I used the failure to fuel me to want to be great in the sports aspect of life, and that's what, I tried to put my head down and work hard to do. And, I'm just thankful for that. The everything that God put us through is for a reason. And I'm just thankful for that God put me through that. So.
Do you think these like struggles that you went through and the game of football too, helped you to be closer with your family?
Oh man, definitely, definitely, definitely. Once you look, once you're in the car and you're sleeping, you look to your left and you look, in the back seat, and those are the people that's there with you. Those are the people that genuinely love you because it's really rock bottom. So that literally brought us so close together. Until this day we're still very close. And that's just, that's great. That's, I remember one night we were, I tell this story a lot, but we were in the car, and we were sleeping. And I remember I got out the car, I was so frustrated, and we were actually, my grandma's house was in, we were sleeping in the car but my grandma's house was in, we were sleeping in my grandma driveway or whatever, but inside her house the lights was off in there also. So I got out the car and I was so frustrated with just having to sleep in the car, and I slammed the door and I went in the house for about 5 seconds, and I come back out and I told my mom I'm sorry. I said, Mom, I promise you we won't have to go through this anymore. I'm gonna work as hard as I can and do whatever I can, so that we don't ever have to, be at rock bottom like this again, and that's the moment I turned to try to use a failure in life to fuel me to try to do whatever I can, for my family, and it's not all, everything isn't all about money, everything, I felt like honestly, those times, sometimes I could be doing great right now and I'm not as happy as I was back then, so that's just what you have to, always think about that, everything is about money, it's about the love, and the people that are around you.
That's truly inspiring. I'm glad you're at a good place right now though, and you're still continuing. And I know I'm hoping, I know you're going to do great this season. We'll talk about that later though. What people or coaches helped you to be a better player and ultimately a better person?
Oh man, it's so many people. It's so many people. Once I have so many people that I feel like are really in my corner and that are helping me, daily. It's like I would say I would start with coaches first. Ever since I got here, Coach Phillips and also Coach Spalding, man, they're molding me into not only a great player on the football field but also a great person. I also have, my mom and my brothers, they're constantly calling and pushing me, day in and day out. And I really thank them for that also. And not only, just always giving me life advice, to whether I'm at a high point in my life, I will feel, or a low point in my life, they're always giving me advice, no matter, if I'm calling them crying on the phone or no matter if I'm calling them happy, they're always giving me advice. And I really thank them for that. Miss Saban and Mr. Jeff, they've done, so many things for me, not just giving me advice and also just teaching me, the routes of life. And man, it's, they have such a great family that I'm very thankful for them also. It's even my coaches, Coach Track, that coach, he coached for the Baltimore Ravens. Now he texted me a quote yesterday and was just saying champions perform daily. I was getting up, I was like, oh man, it's 5:30. I was trying to get on the field before everyone and stuff like that and trying to do a little bit more. But I was dragging a little bit. And once he sent me that text and said champions perform daily, it's like it just, it snapped to me like, okay, man, you have to get right. So I thank him, him for that also. They're always giving me advice, man. There's so many people that's, and I left out a lot of people maybe, but, there's so many people in my corner. It'll be days for me to talk about if I go down the line. So I'm just thankful.
Mm-hmm. So you attend Forest Hills High School, and as a senior, you rushed for 1,400 yards. You went on to win state in basketball, as well as two state championships in track and field in the 200 and 400-meter dash. Talk about your decision making going in, to your college and what college you would choose.
Yeah, so I had like a couple of division. I had a Division 3 offer in basketball. Well, not offer, but like they put together a package, for me to be able to come play Division 3 basketball. I actually gave that a lot of thought, and then with how well I was doing on the track, I did okay on the track, and we actually had a track meet at North Carolina A&T. If I'm not sure if you know, but that's like a Division 1 in North Carolina, and they also talked with me a lot and stuff like that. But like, and then a bunch of Division 2 schools in football, wanted me to come play, but they wanted me to play safety, and I wanted to play. Feel like I wanted to play running back, and that's how I got to Notre Dame College, Ohio. It took Notre Dame College, Ohio. Funny story, they actually flew into one of my basketball games, and that really meant a lot to me. They flew into one of my basketball games, and they called me out before the game and stuff, the basketball game, and I was really shocked that they was there, and that really helped me, make the decision to go to Notre Dame College of Ohio.
When we talked one-on-one, you talked about how you drove 10 hours from North Carolina to Ohio and how you really didn't know why you were doing it, but the man up above had you. Talk about that and talk about God's plan.
Oh yeah, man. I actually played. This is maybe about 3 weeks later. I had another basketball game. I had a basketball game in Mount Pleasant, Mount Pleasant, North Carolina, and we. So I right after the game, I told my mom, like, Mom, something is on my heart, and she was like what is it? And I was like, Mom, I really think I need to go to this visit in Cleveland, Ohio. And she was like, what, what do you want me to do? And so she told me to ask my coach, if I could sit out the game or whatever and go to this place. But I was like, Mom, that just won't sit right with me. So she was like, okay, well, we can go after the game. We can drive right after the game. And on the way there, like right after the basketball game, we won a basketball game, and we drove straight from. This is how supporting and loving my mom is. She drove an hour to watch me play at Mount Pleasant. Then she went back to Forest Hills and picked me up, and we went straight from Forest Hills, which is my high school, to Cleveland, Ohio, which is 10 hours away from there. So she drove me all the way there, and man, I was on the way there, and I was just thinking, like, man, I don't even know why I'm doing this. I really don't know what's going on. I've never been to Cleveland, Ohio a day in my life, but God was telling me. I feel like in my heart, that He was really telling me, that, hey, this is the path that I want for you. And when God sends you those signals, you don't know what is going on. You don't know why everything is going on the way that it is, and you just let Him lead the way. And that's what I tried to do. I tried to let God, God me in every way possible. I just threw my hands up. I was a senior in high school, and I didn't know what I wanted to do yet. But I just threw my hands up, and I tried to give God, the will. I didn't try to force anything upon anybody or anything like that. I just started trying to follow God's plan, and that's what I tried to do. I didn't know why I was driving 10 hours away in the middle of the night, but I felt like it was the right thing to do. I think that God give us a intuition, or in our hearts, or and stuff like that, to do things, and I think that we have to follow that, and that's what I tried to do. And I feel like it's working out pretty well, so far, and man, I'm just thankful.
Yeah, that's a great story. Okay, so you have 2 seasons at Notre Dame. You rushed for more than 2,400 yards. How special was it for you to have the most yards of any running back in all three divisions?
I feel like it was very special. It was very special. Just like what we were talking about. You don't know how why God takes you in a certain direction, and I just tried to follow that. And once I did, God began to show me really quickly. Um, I would say, his plan, and while I was doing everything that I can, I'm tearing up a little bit, but yeah, that was very special for me. It was a very special moment for me, and not only for me, but for the people around me, because it's like, my mom was putting in so much, time and stuff. She didn't have to drive and do anything that she done to take me down to Notre Dame or anything like that, and just seeing a smile on her face and stuff, and seeing her, take, some of the heat of, wow, your son is doing really good. Man, that really meant a lot to me. So yeah, but it was definitely great, to be able to lead all divisions, and man, I'm thankful for that. Yeah, that's what I can say. I'm just thankful.
I think that's really special because when I was told that, I was like, wow, like I think that's a huge accomplishment, because like it's the top of the game, and
Yeah,
that's like, I thought that's a great achievement to have.
thank you.
You deserve it too. So COVID hits and your season at Notre Dame is questionable and probably it's not looking good as you were telling me. So, you enter the transfer portal. What's that decision for you like to go to YSU?
I would start to say, it was a very, very, very hard decision. Notre Dame College, there I still, love those guys, and every person on the team, we're loving and respecting, and man, like they took a chance on me, so it was a very hard decision, because you feel like you're betraying people, you feel like, everything, well, maybe I'm making a mistake or anything, all of those things, but then again, I just started, to trust it, and then as soon as I had such good people as Coach Phillips, called me on the phone, once I did enter into the transfer portal. And man, it's just like, it was like a loving conversation is all I would say. It was just like, it felt so genuine, and it's like you begin to see, once you start to make decisions in your life, that um it feels like when you're following, what God has for you, it comes genuine people after genuine people after genuine people, and that's how I felt, when I came to YSU, not only with Coach Phillips, with the team. These guys are great here. They're accepting me just as a family member, and it could be hard, to transfer from place to place, but these guys made me feel just at home, just as at home. So I mean, it was literally the best. I think it was a great, decision, and yeah, it's been great so far.
Good. I mean, I know you haven't had a full season yet, but this year is looking like it, and I'm really excited to see you out there.
Thank you.
So, as we speak about the season, what are your personal and team goals for this year?
As a team, we definitely, want to, work as hard as we can to compete in the conference and win the conference. That's the number one goal. We want to work as hard as we can, and that's what we've been trying to do, is just put our head down and work as hard as we can, and so that we're able to, beat the teams and win the conference, and then hopefully, stack days and win a playoff game, and then win two playoff games, and then, make it to nationals and win nationals. That's the ultimate goal, but we just have to focus, day in and day out on how can we get 1% better every single day, and that's what we've been trying to focus on. But everyone has goals, and that's our goal, is to win the Missouri Valley Conference, so that'll be fun. And I don't know if for personal goals, I just want to be, the best player and the best teammate that I can be, on the field and also off the football field, and do whatever it takes, to help Youngstown State, win football games. That's my personal goal. So
And talking to you a couple times, I got how humble you are about, I shouldn't even ask the personal because I know that you would never say anything, like that because you're just so humble. And I think that's something that I like really admire, talking to you about and just seeing you, you know, being so humble. I think that's something that I can learn and everyone can learn from, because we all, when things are going good, sometimes it's like we all got to, come down to earth a little bit.
oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's one thing. Every time I wake up, I pray, and I get on my knees and I pray about that. I pray that God keep me very humble, very focused, and very hardworking. And I mean, that's really, the three things that I really care about day in and day out. So thank you, man. Thank you.
So we talked about, a little bit about your ultimate goal, being the NFL. After college, I think in week 2, you're prized with a good opportunity to, prove who you are, who I know, you are. I know the game won't be easy, but I know you put in the work. So if you were able to make it to the next level, which I know could be in your future, what are some of the things you want to do to give back? Because you've been at rock bottom, so talk about, whether that be in North Carolina, in Ohio, wherever. Talk about how you would want to give back.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not exactly, sure yet what I want to do to give back, but I definitely want to. I've been 3 places. I've stayed in 3 places in my life. That's, well, 4 places actually. That's Fayetteville, North Carolina, and then I moved to 20 minutes south of Charlotte, North Carolina, Marshall, North Carolina, my freshman year of high school, and then I went to Cleveland, Ohio, and now I'm here at Youngstown State. So those are 4 places, that I now I'm in Youngstown, Ohio. So those are 4 places that I want to give back to, whether that's doing a food giveaway here, or I really my goal is to actually have an indoor facility where I could make it a nonprofit, to give athletes a place to come and train, and not charge them, arm and a leg and stuff like that. So that's one thing I want to do, for these 4 places, and also however else way I can help. I want to, it hurts me to, see homeless people and stuff like that, because I've been there before and stuff like that. So whatever I can do to give back, to them people, also, and whether that's food, or whether that's a place to stay, or if I could build a shelter, or anything that I could do, I want to do that, and I'll be all in on doing that once I get situated, and that's the few things that it's not complete, or it's just just a real deep thought, that I've been thinking about since I was in high school. So that's what I'm really working towards one day. And also just knowledge is a great thing also. I want to give that back also, if however way I can, and that's what I want to do. So
I've talked to other college athletes and people that have gone on to the next level, and they say that the connections that you build with the people and the friendships, those go a long way. And I think that, you being from, staying at those 4 different places, like you said, you've met so many genuine people. And, I think that'll carry such a long weight, down the road when, you need that stuff, when you need, you want to start that nonprofit and stuff, because you've had such genuine people, that would want to help you and people all around you.
yes, that'll be great. And that is a big thing, making these connections with people and stuff like that. Man, that's really, what I want to do. Football is, my love and my passion, but that, I want to use that, to be able to give back, and that's really what I'm looking forward to. And also, just talking with people, and people, they can give me more and more ideas and stuff like that. And I'm all open, open ear to those also. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know you talked a little bit about doing food drives and stuff as a team. Have you guys, I think we talked about a little bit, like you guys have done like food drives and stuff like that as a team. Talk about that a little bit.
Yes, why should we have done, food drives as a team. We've I didn't go because it was selected players to go, but
Okay.
it was like a big food drive where there was a big food giveaway in YSU. We throw the players were to throw on their jerseys and everything, and also work a shift from, I believe it was 8 to 1 to give food back and stuff like that, and that's really great. That's really great stuff. That's the thing that you know catches my attention with Youngstown State. Like not only how great of a football team, but how good of individuals they are to take time out of their Saturday morning. They've had a long week, Monday through Friday, and they're like, oh, I don't know if I want to get up at 7 a.m. But they do it. Coach Phillips is out there. He's giving back. It's that's special. That's really special, and that's great.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for spending, your Friday with me. You know, I really like talking to you. Your humbleness and your personality is something that I truly, get a great vibe from, and I love, just communicating with you, and getting to know you. So it's been a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you so much, man. Yeah, thank you so much. It was great.
You can catch him. YSU opens up on their season on Thursday, September 2nd at 7 p.m. at Stambaugh. You can catch Jaleel in the end zone for 6.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for coming on.